So I'm here in Cincinnati staging Mr. Robbins' most iconic ballet called Fancy Free. So it's the 100th anniversary of Robbins and Bernstein's birth. And so a lot of companies around the world are doing some Robbins ballets, but I think that Fancy Free in particular, because it was sort of the starting point that made both of them incredibly famous and worked together many times after that. I think it is a timeless piece, really timeless, because Jerry explained when he restaged it for New York City Ballet in 1978, and he always described that, like, in the 40s in New York City, when the sailors were in town, they were always in trios. When they would be walking around Times Square or Empire State Building, they were always in trios. And funnily enough, in New York, I still live there, they still run around in trios when the ships are in town. And so that in itself hasn't changed. It's so interesting because Jerry was very specific about movement and arm positions, head positions. But he taught me so much about acting and reacting on stage that it was pretty amazing. But so some of his movements are very specific, but yet, especially in something like Fancy Free, it has to be very natural and very pedestrian. So it doesn't look like a prince in a sailor's costume. It has some real earthiness to it. But he was very specific about his movements, but yet wanted each individual to come out just as it was in the original cast, which he was one of the sailors in the original cast. So specifics, but yet natural, and what may be good for Edward is a little bit different for Marcus, depending on their own personalities. But definitely specific personalities come through each sailor. Don't miss this ballet, don't miss this program. So don't come just once, come several times, because you're going to see totally different personalities and maybe just different than what you expected your favorite dancer to look like. Don't miss it.